Well, hello everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is February 1st. Can you believe it? January's over. Happy Groundhog Day. Did you see your shadow this morning when you got out of bed? I don't know what. And it is Saturday. That means I'm right here at the desk. We start the show here at the desk. We finish the show at the desk. My whole world's this desk on a Saturday, just being with you guys. And we got a great world to talk to you about today. We got a great show coming up. Tracy Murray's going to be here, and she's going to be talking about Zumba classes and martial arts classes you can take right here in the village. Get your fitness back on track or continue that fitness you've been doing for your resolution and get into those classes. Lots of fun for there. And then Bree's going to be talking to folks from the Garden Club. Geneva Benz is going to be on the program. And then gardening expert Linda Larson, special guest. That's coming up a little later in the program. Let's talk stay informed. And we got a new system here at VMS. They're excited to share that Residence Services Department now offers enhanced communications via an upgraded AI-powered translation tablet. This new technology offers advanced speech translation, greatly improving the experience for non-English speakers. So there we go. English to Mandarin is one of the things that they offer and beyond. So you can use that now and get a little bit better information out of the VMS system. So fantastic. Good news for that. Now, let's take a check on our weather, and we've got some nice temperatures. We're back to kind of the normal temperatures. Last week we had really cold temperatures with our rain that we got as well, and really cold air mass, but now we're back into the mid to upper 60s, lower 60s here, which is about average for this time of year. We're going to have mostly cloudy to partly cloudy mornings, then kind of clearing out in the afternoon. The usual pattern, like I said, for January and February, of course, February 1st being today. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset, and we have a beautiful picture here from Bree. She's the guest this one. She goes to the craziest places. This must be one of her safaris over in Kenya, and there's a giant crocodile. My goodness. Okay, that's kind of scary. That seems really close. I hope she was zoomed in from like across the river on that one. Sunrise this morning was 6:46. Sunset tonight is going to be 5:22. If you have a great picture, you don't have to go out and put yourself in danger like Bree does, chasing down crocodiles to get pictures. But if you have a great picture for us, sunrise, sunset, maybe one of your pets, a cat or dog seems less dangerous, you can send us those pictures, and we'd love to use them on our sunrise, sunset segment. Email us, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we will use it in our sunrise, sunset segment. Okay, when we come back, we'll be talking to Tracy Murray from Zumba and martial arts classes right here in the village. Stay with us.
We all have the power to shape the world. We're connected to the world we share, to each other. I am Future. I wait in the world of Echo.
Echo, the spectacular new show by Cirque du Soleil, opens May 23rd under the Big Top at Laguna Hills Mall. Tickets at cirquedusoleil.com.
The world is yours to create.
Echo thanks its official partner, Air Canada.
At Adapt to It, we strive to make the everyday tasks easier by providing our customers with the tools they need to be successful. We carefully explain the use and care of all of our equipment. Adapt to It has been in Laguna Woods for over 20 years, and we know that nothing in life stays constant. So we can help you adapt to all the changes in your life. Adapt to It sells and rents items and always delivers with a smile. Come in today to experience what we mean when we say, when you can't change it, adapt to it.
Was one of your resolutions this year to get fit? Well, we're going to get you right back on track. If you haven't started that yet, we want to welcome Tracy Murray, and she runs some of the Zumba classes as well as the kickboxing classes here in the village. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
And Happy New Year. We'll get to squeeze it in. It's February 1st today.
Yes, it's February, yes.
Yeah, so I want to talk about, how long have you been doing these Zumba classes and what got you into it? Just give me a little background on that.
I know, it's super fun. So I just recently celebrated my 10-year anniversary as a Zumba fitness instructor back in October of this past year. And I actually started taking exercise fitness classes a long time ago when I was about 16 years old back in New York.
Oh, wow.
We grew up in Long Island, New York. And my very first exercise class was step aerobics back in the day, back in the 80s.
Okay.
So, and I thoroughly enjoyed taking those classes. It's a great way to lose weight. It's a very wonderful social outlet as well. You meet all sorts of people. And it just keeps you very fit and healthy and strong. So when we moved from New York in 2011 and we moved to Imperial Beach, San Diego, shortly after that, I recently got my certification in Zumba Basic 1. And from there, I basically took off. I added numerous certifications after that for my Zumba Gold, Zumba Toning, and then later on Aqua Zumba. We moved to Laguna Woods in 2020, and then I continued teaching my Zumba fitness classes. When we were in Imperial Beach, I taught for about 6 years Zumba fitness there as well, with a great group of people there as well.
So this is just a lifelong journey for you, right? It's not
Yeah.
something you just found and discovered, but you've been kind of going along. I mean, I remember back in the 80s when aerobics and Jane Fonda and all those
Correct.
kind of things really kind of started up the big trend of doing that, and you've just been on board ever since.
Correct. Yeah, it's super fun. It's such a great way to work out. Zumba is a great cardio-based workout that combines.
Is it dance?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's a dance workout. It combines Latin and international music with choreographed steps. And it is an hour-long class. You end up getting about 5,000 to 6,000 steps. You burn
Wow.
up 500 to 600 calories in the hour. And it's such a great cardio workout. Whether it's regular Zumba, Zumba Gold is designed for 50 and over. It's a little bit slower, a little less jumping. And Zumba Toning, which I teach on Fridays.
Oh, we got the
and
weights.
we use these Zumba Toning sticks, 1 to 3 pounds only. And then I teach Aqua Zumba in the pool at Pool 5 during the spring and summer.
So those made a little noise. They're almost like maraca weights.
Correct.
So you do that with the beat of the music?
Correct.
A little salsa
you
action
could hear
going there?
that exactly with each song. That makes it even more fun as well. Yes.
That's kind of a fun. I don't think I've noticed that before. So when people go to these classes, let's say I'm a beginner. I walk in, I've never taken a Zumba class, which is absolutely the truth.
Right.
So will I be intimidated by the dance moves and everything that's going on? Will a bunch of people know what they're doing and I'll stand in the back kind of wondering what's happening? Or
Right.
how do we get into
So
that?
that's the great thing about Zumba. It's all inclusive, all levels, all ages, women or men. And it is such a wonderful, fun social outlet. It doesn't matter if you've never taken a class before. I have many beginners in my classes here in Laguna Woods. And we're all just so welcoming, myself included, of course. And the ladies a lot of them are my regular students, and everybody is such a welcoming group. It doesn't matter if you've never taken it before. I do the cueing in each song, and I direct them, and the music is so fun.
Okay.
Everybody just loves the music, and you just match up with the teacher, myself, and before you know it, the hour is up, and you most likely have made new friends, burned up a lot of calories, and it's just so much fun within that hour. So it doesn't matter, beginners, intermediate, advanced, it's welcome for everybody, all levels.
All right, now let's remind, we had the flyer up, but one of the classes happened here in the village. What dates are they? What times are
So
they?
my schedule is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday morning is 10 a.m. at Clubhouse 2. Wednesday is 9 a.m. at Clubhouse 5 Ballroom. And Friday is back at Clubhouse 2. And that's the Zumba Toning. And that's Friday, 9 a.m. Clubhouse 2. And my Aqua Zumba will resume in the springtime, sometime in May, and that will run through September, October.
Okay. Now, if that's not enough to keep you busy, you also, with your husband, run the karate and kickboxing classes, Sensei Ron Murray.
Correct.
And tell us a little about that. How do you get into that as well?
Correct. Sensei Ron could not be here, unfortunately. We teach his martial arts classes at Clubhouse 5 Fitness Room. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We teach karate on Tuesday and Thursday from 3:30 to 4:30. And Wednesday is kickboxing and boxing. That's such a super fun workout. You burn up a lot of calories. It's a great cardio workout. My husband, Sensei Ron, has been in the martial arts community for over 30 years.
Wow.
He's been teaching martial arts, karate, kempo, kickboxing, and boxing. He is a 3-time world champion kickboxer. He holds many title belts. And recently, we actually just received an award. He went up to San Francisco with his son, who was also a sensei in the martial arts community. And they went to the Hall of Honors event back in September, and we received the award for the Martial Arts Organization of the Year this past year. And the year before that, in 2023, him, and his son Kyle, and his daughter Dorian all received the Martial Arts Award for Family of the Year. So both
really
of them,
everybody in your family is Kung Fu fighting.
correct, it's amazing. They're both so talented. They're also both champion kickboxers,
Wow.
martial artists, and it's such a great workout. It's Sensei Ron has a great group of students in his class. They enjoy coming every day, learning the new karate, the combinations, the kempos, the forms. Anybody's welcome, all levels. Beginners, intermediate, it doesn't matter. We have other senseis in the class that do help us with new students. And it's such a great way to learn martial arts. It also includes self-defense, which I know a lot of people in the village are interested in that as well. And as I said, Wednesday is kickboxing and boxing, and that's super fun cardio workout.
Okay, I was going to ask about that. Is there kind of a constant, almost like a routine in the kickboxing and cardio workouts that you're getting? So it's kind of nonstop, or are you learning form and those kinds of things?
Right. So with the kickboxing and boxing, we have different stations set up in the room, and Sensei Ron holds the mitts. Everybody has boxing gloves on. You can purchase your own, or we actually do provide boxing gloves and wraps for your hands. And we have other equipment there as well. We have 2 heavy bags. He holds the mitts. And we have other stations, exercise balls, and different things on the mat. So various stations. So it really, everything combined makes such a wonderful workout for that hour on Wednesdays.
Okay.
So
You obviously go to both of them. You enjoy both of them. What's your favorite?
So with the between
Zumba, if you had to Zumba and kickbox, what's your favorite? I'm going to start a family. I'm going to start a family war
Can
here.
I plead the fifth? I know. I love everything combined equally, of course.
Do you guys have crossover folks who do a little bit of everything
Yes,
too?
that's what's
with you?
wonderful. Because it's such a social outlet, we've made such dear friends in my Zumba classes as well as Ron's martial arts classes, and we have quite a lot of people, yes, that take my classes and his classes as well. And it's such a wonderful group of people, so which is wonderful.
As we get older, the shoulder doesn't go up. I can't kick a side. Can you gain some flexibility? Can you gain some movement by taking like a karate and these kinds of classes?
Correct. Yeah, his class as well is very important for balance, coordination. He even teaches, as I said, self-defense on the proper way to fall, because that is common here in Laguna Woods. So it is based for all ages, and yeah, you really gain a lot of strength and mobility. It's so helpful, those type of classes as well, 100%.
This has kind of been your life. This is really kind of, what have you step away, if you look back, you've done this for decades now, what is the sense that you get from having this experience in life and doing these things?
So it's funny, prior to me teaching fitness classes, I was actually a 9-to-5er. I was an executive assistant in New York when we lived there for over 25 years, which I did enjoy. But during that time, I always did attend. I took classes at different gyms, and I always loved it. So that's when my husband and I both retired from New York and moved to San Diego. So I decided to get my certification. So I wanted to pursue it even further because it really does keep you focused in fitness and health and keeps you on the right track. And especially it's very important now in later years in life for a lot of people that live here in Laguna Woods to really stay on that healthy track for just a multitude of reasons. It's so helpful in your later years, absolutely, to have your strength and mobility, and it's so helpful for so many reasons.
All right, well, some amazing Zumba classes, some karate and kickboxing classes. Tracy Murray, Master Zumba Fitness Instructor. I'm giving you that title. I don't know if it's an official one, but it is as far as I'm concerned. Thank you so much for joining us. And folks, get out to those classes and enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
The Salvation Army Orange County is committed to building hope in people's lives rather than just more shelters. The Center of Hope, a comprehensive homeless care solution, combines a 325-bed emergency shelter, 72 permanent supportive housing apartments, on-site medical, dental, vision, and mental health care, and an award-winning drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. Donate today to transform lives, create safer neighborhoods, and provide an opportunity to end chronic homelessness in Orange County.
And welcome back to the show. Our next guest has visited over 1,000 gardens from around the world. Joining us now is Linda Larson, a traveling gardener and Geneva Benson from the Garden Club. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Nice to have you. Linda, that is a remarkable accomplishment. Tell us about visiting 1,000 gardens, and I believe you've been to all 50 states as well as 49 countries.
Yes, that's true.
Wow, that's remarkable.
Well, we decided that it is something somewhat remarkable. We've didn't really set out to visit 1,000 gardens, but I like being outside and I like plants. And we started just keeping a list. My husband and I, traveling together, kept a list of the places that we had been, and it got longer. And then a friend gave me a copy of the book, 1,001 Gardens to See Before You Die. And I thought, well, that's a nice number. And so we set out, and most travel guides will have some of the very famous gardens listed, but most of the time they send you to art museums and architectural sites and history and shopping and restaurants. And we weren't really focused on those. And so we started to look at the world through a garden.
That's remarkable. You know, I think that's going to change my perspective every day. I think
It's really a beautiful way to look at the world. And one of the best advantages is that the gardens are located in remarkable places. And so the tourists may be on the shopping street, but I'm in Villa Mezzi on Lake Como, and we're basically the only people in the garden. And we still have the same beautiful views of the lake and the feeling of the Mediterranean. And it's just a really wonderful way to explore the world and look at it in a unique perspective. So,
gosh, I absolutely love that. I think that it's I've been in Lake Como and visited the touristy areas, and it kind of takes the joy out of the beauty. You know, it's such a serene, majestic place. So that's a great example. And how did you get your husband to join in on this passion with you? Was it just a natural progression?
well, it just, we went to a garden after we had been entertained by some distant relatives at the casino and the shopping mall. And there's just no place else I don't want to go. And so then we went to the Dallas Botanic Garden, and we went in the morning and we stayed all day. And when I came out, I was just so happy. And I'm a retired teacher, and I thought I should tell people about this. And so I said, and I carry a journal with me, and I wrote down a traveling gardener, wandering, wondering, noticing. And he looked at me and he said, well, what am I going to do? And I said, well, he had the camera in his hand. I said, you take the pictures. And so that's the way it started.
Oh, that's perfect. I love that. Geneva, does that encourage the garden club, the local garden club here in Laguna Woods Village, to start visiting other gardens in the area? Or is that something that you've already been doing?
I'm sure we have been doing that, but I think this will inspire people to do more.
That's my goal. And sometimes I think, well, I shouldn't tell people because then I can be there by myself. But no, it's just in a garden, it's generally built around a home. So then you have architecture and you have the social history of the time that the garden was built. And then who was the gardener? What's their story? Why did they choose to build the garden there? And you have the whole idea of what the local life was like at that time, that social history. There's just some of the stories that are so powerful when you discover that it's just, in Fredericksburg, Virginia, there are 2 catalpa trees that are there outside the mansion where the troops took shade, and those trees are still there. You have what they call witness trees that are there to this day, that saw things, that stood in that place. And so you end up learning all different kinds of things by exploring the garden itself.
Absolutely. I'm loving this interview. There's one thing to love nature and love a garden, but to actually visualize it through your words. We don't even have any pictures here, and I can just, nature commands such a presence to it, doesn't it?
Well, and we need nature. Nature's going to get by most of the time without us, but we need it. And when one of the things I like, lots of people say, oh, I go hiking. Well, fine, but you're going to sit on a rock when you're hiking. I go to a garden, I can walk miles, and they have benches. and I can sit and I can look out on the scene, and I can enjoy the environment. I mean, I was on Beale Street in Memphis for the blues on Saturday night, but on Sunday morning, I was in the Botanic Garden with the magnolias and my coffee and experiencing what it's like to be in that climate and those plants and that environment. It really allows you to experience the place that you have gone to visit.
Absolutely. You can just, it creates more memories, it seems like, also. So Geneva, what is an inspirational insights is the local garden club taking from Linda's adventures?
Well, I'm sure we're going to have a lot of that. We are so rich in gardens in California that
Absolutely.
the possibilities are phenomenal.
Yeah, well, and a lot of people say, well, I've been to the garden. Well, you haven't been to the garden today. You don't know what's blooming. I did a presentation in Fort Worth, Texas to their garden club, and they had a field trip scheduled to a garden in Weatherford, Texas, and they canceled it for lack of interest. Well, I happened to have driven in that way and stopped in Weatherford, and there was rivers of that beaded, the poppies, the ruffled poppies,
Yes.
just rivers of them, all in prime bloom.
Oh,
So I
that
showed
was
them
spectacular.
pictures. I showed them the pictures of what I had seen, not knowing that they had this trip planned. And people said afterwards that they were wishing that they had gone. I mean, there's a seasonal splendor that you may happen upon, but there's always going to be something to see whenever you can get there. And people forget to go back and look and see what it's like today, because the garden is always changing.
Always changing. So I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Yes. What's my favorite?
Between Europe and US, what are you loving? What are you favoring?
Oh, I think the gardener's world, this really is a claim, is New Zealand.
Wow. Okay. I'm going there next month.
Oh, gosh. They have a Taranaki Garden Festival, and people compete to be a part of that. It's a 10-day festival. The garden has to be open. And it's so popular that people that don't get chosen, they created a fringe festival. And then there's another 40-some gardens participating in that.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I'll have to be on the lookout for that, although I'm not sure where my journey is taking me, but very interesting to know that. So what's the number one destination that you would tell our viewers to take into consideration if they want to visit a garden in the US?
Well, no disrespect to the California gardens. Absolutely. They're fabulous. So many that are there. But Philadelphia is considered they consider themselves the garden capital of the states. And there are 30 gardens within 30 miles of Philadelphia. And they are wonderful, little tiny roads, often all kinds of areas to find, but they really have a wonderful garden experience available to you.
Okay. Well, I can speak for myself. That's going on my bucket list. Absolutely. I'm going to visit Nantucket again in July, and they have absolutely spectacular. Every single house, I think, has the most outrageous floral window boxes you've ever seen.
Oh, that-
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yes. Well, and just taking the time to notice it. And
Yes.
that's something that we think, well, we've got to hurry on to the next thing. But
Yes.
take the time to look closely.
Yes.
Find the extraordinary among the ordinary.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you've been doing this for 16 years and you still find brand new things to see, observe, look at, engage with, and admire. And we
Absolutely.
really admire that in you.
Thank you.
That's great. All right, ladies. Well, I know that that went by really fast. I would love to have both of you back. And Geneva, I want you back in the studio next time we're together. You promise me?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. All right, from the Garden Club, Geneva and Linda, thank you so much for joining us today. I really enjoyed our interview, and I cannot wait to get out there and see all these beautiful gardens myself.
Well, you can follow me on my blog and you can see
Yes.
all of the gardens that I have written about in the last several years. Travelinggardener.com.
.com. All right, ladies. Thank you for being here with us. We'll see you next time.
Okay, thank you.
As we get older, sometimes we need a little extra care. We can stay independent and in our own homes with the right care. Care to eat our favorite meal. Care to look our best. Care to stay active. Care to look after our pets. Find personalized in-home care at AmericareBeachCities.com.
Virginian, don't let me wait. The Catholic girls start much too late. Good Cali, Miss O'Malley. Show like to bounce. Good Cali, Miss O'Malley. I said, Georgia. Oh, Georgia. My gift is my song. And
The Greatest Piano Men at the PAC, February 22nd. Tickets at the PAC box office or online.
Well, if it's Saturday, that means we're going to be talking about the Saturday movie, and we've got a great one for you. It's a classic. It's The Dirty Dozen. It stars Lee Marvin. It's brought to us by RadNet. It's going to be on at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. Everybody's in this, actually. Charles Bronson, Donald Sutherland, Jim Brown. Lots of great stars in this one. It's during World War II, where rebellious U.S. Army majors assigned a dozen convicted murderers to train and lead them into a mass assassination mission of German officers. It's action-packed. It's a fun movie. Hope you enjoy it. It's our Saturday movie at 6 p.m. and 2 p.m. today. All right, let's take a quick check of our weather. We've got some good temperatures out there. We've got some, partly cloudy skies to mostly sunny skies as we get into the later afternoon. And we're going to have temperatures in the mid to upper 60s for the foreseeable future. And so look forward to those nice temperatures. Get out and enjoy the day. And of course, watch The Dirty Dozen today as well. All right, tomorrow or Monday on the program, we're going to be welcoming a doctor talking about your health from Providence Mission Hospital, as well as Theater Guild is going to be here talking about their latest show for everybody. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.